Be right back. Now, I flipped over to the book of Mark, still in the New Testament. Right in the beginning of this thing. Wow, this is Mark chapter 1 and verse 23. All right, this is after Jesus was baptized and all that stuff, and we're entering right into the middle of the story. We're still talking about evil stuff, you know. So many people say that's not true. It can't be. I've seen signs along the road saying everybody is a child of God. Everybody has a certain amount of good in them. That's not what the book says. The book says we only have evil continually in our heads. You got to be born again by the renewing of your mind. How do you do that? By taking heed thereto, according to His Word, by reading this book. Do you find that in most of the places here on the American soil? Nope. Now, I know there's a bunch of places out there where it does happen, but I can only tell you one place that I know it does happen, and that's right here at this little desk. All right, here I am, emptying right into the middle of the story. We're talking about evil, like what just happened right outside San Antonio yesterday. Here's the answer to those questions. Oh, there's a whole bunch of pastors doing all their stuff and say, oh, we're praying and our hearts go out and all that stuff. It's the wrong way of living that causes this. And the people that do it have an evil spirit. And there was in their synagogue a man. You know what a synagogue is? That's a Jewish church, let's put it that way, right? And there was in their synagogue a man with an unclean spirit, and he cried out, saying, and he's saying this because Jesus was there, "Let us alone. What have we to do with thee, thou Jesus of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee who thou art, the Holy One of God." Huh? Here they are in a synagogue. Now, would you like to call it a Baptist church or something? What's in there? A man with an evil spirit. What was that guy doing in there? I bet he was raping some women and stuff too, huh? Maybe molesting boys and girls. And Jesus rebuked him, saying, "Hold thy peace and come out of him." And when the unclean spirit had torn him, in other words, he put up a fit and cried with a loud voice, he came out of him. Now they're in the synagogue here, okay? And they were all amazed, insomuch that they questioned among themselves, saying, "What thing is this? What new doctrine is this? For with authority commandeth he even the unclean spirits, and they do obey him." And immediately his fame spread abroad throughout all the region round about Galilee. And forthwith, when they were come out of the synagogue, they entered into the house of Simon and Andrew with James and John. Okay, now we're going to, if you keep reading this stuff here, you go into a different story. We're talking about evil spirits tonight, right? A lot of people don't believe that's true. Let's see, Mark 1, 23 and 27. Let's stay in the book of Mark here and see what else we can come up with. You know, you need to believe what you're reading here, man. Okay, Mark 1. That was it, 23. Mark 3, 11 and 12. I read that one. There's a lot of areas here to talk about evil spirits. Matter of fact, after Jesus was baptized, the devil came to him and tried to get him to bow down and worship to the devil. And Jesus says, you only worship God. None of the rest of this stuff. I'm going to hold up for a second here because I got to get my thoughts straight. A lot of people ain't going to like what I'm saying. America has a lot of evil in it. Why? Because the Americans from back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s tried to kick God out of the country. You know, there's a verse in here that says the government is going to be upon his shoulders. That's after the resurrection and all this other stuff, when Jesus comes back. And they're talking about the separation of church and state. I can understand that you don't want the government controlling you of how you're going to worship God. God's name is not Allah. The only right worship is worshiping the one and only true God. We call him Jesus, you know, after he became flesh. But he is spirit. And he is the greatest. Now, unfortunately, our country is growing. It's getting bigger. A lot of people here. I'm willing to bet a full 50% of the 320 million people in here do not know Jesus Christ. They may know of him, but all of those who are filled with the demons, they know who he is. I just proved it right here. They know who Jesus is. And I got to hold this up for a second, and I'll be right back.